Powers, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and I'm here at Allen High School. You know, I'm fired up to be next to Coach Lee WIgington, man. It seems like everywhere I go, you're keeping me dialed in with some of the top guys. Your evaluations are always spot on, man. I feel like anytime we've talked about a guy, you've always kind of nailed it. I guess, you know, heading into year 2 here, why don't you just give us a little bit of the state of the union heading into spring ball, into the 2023 season? What's your perceptions of the team and how everything's stacking up for next season?
Well, thank you for starters for being here. You know, you're so awesome. I appreciate what you're doing, you know, for Allen, but what you do for Texas high school football. You've always been so awesome, and you know, really excited going in the spring. You know, we season ended, and we immediately went to work, and the guys have just responded so well. You know, they you know, this community, the athletes that have come through this community, the expectation is that you're the best, right? That it's the best program around, and that's the expectation, and that's what these guys want to be. You know, that they so desperately want to be that, and everything they've done has been that. You know, from alumni have been coming in on a regular basis and talking to the team, and former coaches coming in and talking to the team about what Allen football is about, and they've taken that to heart, and it's just been really, really fun to watch the way they've worked this spring.
That's awesome, Coach, and I feel like I'd be sitting here interviewing you for 15 minutes if we ran down the list of every single top player that you have in this program. I mean, there's not a position here that's devoid of a D1 prospect. So I went ahead and circled some guys who I got a chance to watch last fall, and I wanted to talk to you about. And on the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to destroy this name. I've really been practicing it. Zena Amuzalo. On the defensive side of the ball, had a brother who's playing at Texas and is an offensive lineman. So I'm sure that he picked up some of the nasty tricks to be able to defeat those guys as he matched up with his brother. And now he's going to be a senior. So a lot riding on his shoulders as being a leader on that side of the ball.
Yes, you know, and talking about a leader, you know, we finished a phase of our offseason that ended early February, and from that phase we elect our first captain of the year always, and he was elected the first team captain. Nice. You know, he's just a great personality, a great leader, a great teammate, phenomenal football player. But it means so much to him. You know, he has that gift that it's tough to find, it's tough to develop, but he knows how to have fun. He knows how to flip that switch. He knows when it's right to address your team in a certain way. He knows when it's right to address your team in a different way. And those are skills that are tough for young kids to do. But he truly has a pulse on the heartbeat of the team at all times. And sometimes he knows, hey, you know, something I probably need to address on the side. Sometimes it's a situation I need to get out front of the team and I need to address right now. And he's just so great at that. Not to mention the way he works daily and his attitude he brings to the game of football.
Love hearing about these top recruits being team captains and stuff too. You can't complain about that, a guy who's a leader. I know on the offensive side of the ball, he was really hitting his stride when he went down with an injury, was Kavian Sibley. How's he progressing, you know, coming off of that injury, and how excited are you guys going to be to have him back in the fold?
Yeah, just again, an unbelievable young man. You know, he's coming off of the surgery, and you know, he's going through the therapy and working hard, and I'm hoping to get back on the field, you know, as soon as he possibly can. And way more than that, you know, how excited we are for him to contribute and be a part of our team this next year is just the joy of being around him on a daily basis. You know, he's just one of those guys, again, that's just pleasant. He's just he's always smiling. And on the football field in the fall, oh my gosh, you know, I've seen a lot of backs and whether coached or coached against a lot of really, really good backs, and I don't know that I've been around one quite like him. You know, he just has a gift. You know, he's slippery. He has such phenomenal balance and vision, great ball skills, catching out of the backfield. But then when he gets in the open field, I mean, he'll make anybody look slow.
Now, I know it starts up front, right? And I think that the offensive line group that you have here is one of the state's true sleeper groups, because there's not enough people talking about it. You got, you know, Sam Solomon, Evan Cooksey, and a guy that's coming up, Dejon Moore, you know, in the 2026 class. I want to kind of talk about the seniors, though, for this interview. Break down what makes Sam and Evan so special and how happy you are to be able to have them protecting, you know, the quarterback and open up lanes for the running back.
Well, they're long. They're They're hungry. You know, they're gonna obviously, as every athlete in the state's doing right now, they're giving everything they have in the weight room. They're giving everything they have to skill development. But they also have a little chip on their shoulder of wanting to be discussed among the greats at Allen. And if you're discussed among the greats at Allen, you're discussed among the great in the state of Texas that have ever played the game. And so they live their life daily like that. They just really, really, really want to rise to the top. And it's been fun to watch them. Fun to watch them compete, and then fun to watch them to compete against the Zenas of the world as well.
You got a guy named Jet. His name's Caleb Smith, but you call him Jet.
Yes.
Why? How did he get the nickname Jet? Is it just about his speed? And you know, what about his game is really going to help you guys? I mean, I guess you have coordinators fighting over which side of the ball he's going to play on.
Yeah. You know, he when I came in, I started this summer, and I'm meeting with all the coaches that are here, and the coaches of the middle school that he went to were talking about him in elite status of the ones who've come through that middle school, which is saying a lot. And he came into the season and was on our varsity as a freshman this year, which doesn't happen in Allen very often. And he got injured early with kind of a fluke injury that had him hospitalized for about 2 months. But he's back. He just got back to full go and able to run track. He's running the varsity sprint relay and been around the 4x2. He'll probably end up doing the 1 and 2 as it gets closer to district time. But he's just dynamic. And what I was able to see, he was dealing with an injury this summer, and then he was starting to get healthy right before the injury again. But you could just see it's just. Again, I mean, I hate to just say this word, but it's just that it factor, right? There's just certain people that when the ball's in their hand, it might not look like much is going on, but they're just tough to tackle, and that's what you can tell in my short amount of time around him is he just is tough to tackle. He's slippery, and then he has a gear that in the open field is special.
6A ball, it's hard to play him on both sides of the ball, so I don't envy your position of having to try to decide, how you're going to use him going forward. Like I said, we'd be here all day because we never even got to some of the wide receivers. Like, Quentin Hammonds is a really special player, and you got a whole crop of defensive backs. So stay locked in at TexasFootball.com/recruiting because I'll have a report coming on all these guys where you can check it out and read about all the up-and-coming talent here at Allen High School. Coach, thanks for the time, and, of course, good luck as you're on a quest to win that state championship in 2023.
Awesome. Thank you so much again. Thanks for being here, and thanks for what you do.
Appreciate it.